welcome back to the podcast, the Evil Dungeon Master Universe podcast. My name is Vince. I'm your host, the Evil Dungeon Master. Hopefully you're doing well today. Time for another podcast here for you out there in podcast land. Hopefully you're doing well. Anyway, theevildm.com is my website. Ask the DM at theevildm.com is my email address. And patreon.com/theevildm is where you can go and support me on my endeavors here. And I appreciate all those people that have already signed up and getting all the little perks for being a patron. Anyway, today I got an email. Well, I shouldn't say today. It was yesterday. I got an email from DM Pyro. He says, "Hey Vince, just finished the episode on Phase Door. Fantastic breakdown. Loved how you dug into the sneaky application, especially pairing it with other things. Real sharp. That said, you might want to give the Vanish spell a look next. It's another high-level gem that often gets overlooked. It's not just for objects, it can be a clean, quiet route that leaves no trace. Perfect for a wizard who does not want to show off, but just disappear. Keep up the great work. Love what you're doing with the show. DM Pyro." Thank you, DM Pyro. If you want to write in, ask the DM at theevildm.com is my website address. All right, so flipping to the player's handbook on page 89 is the Vanish spell, which is a 7th level alteration spell. Touch, special duration, special effect, verbal only. Interesting that it's verbal only, but you have to require touch. 2 segments. A casting time, saving throw none. When the magic user employs this spell, he or she causes the object to vanish. The magic user can cause the object to be teleported, see teleportation spell, if it weighs up to a maximum of 500 gold per level of experience of the caster. A 14th level magic user can vanish and cause to reappear at his desired location 7,000 gold worth of weight. Wow. That is a lot. Greater objects can be made to vanish, but they are simply placed into the ethereal plane and replaced with stone. Thus, a door can be made to disappear and be replaced by a stone wall of 1 inch thickness. 1 foot thickness, I apologize. Or equal in thickness to the door, whichever is greater. So if it's a really thin door, then it is now replaced with a 1 foot thickness of stone. The maximum value of material which can be affected is 3 cubic feet per level of experience. Thus, both weight and volume limit the spell. Dispel magic, which is successful, will bring back the vanished items from the ethereal plane. Interesting. So a high-level magic user cornered by a party, instead of teleporting, they could vanish, not just just the caster, but the door behind them, which is now solid stone. So the party is stuck, the trail is gone. You can use this for a villain escaping. It's kind of like that old, like I said in the last episode, it's kind of like that old villain escape from the cartoons. They, run through the wall, and there's the door, goes down, boom. The heroes are like, what? What are they going to do? So it definitely could be used, that type of spell, for a high-level wizard, magic user, excuse me. So another way I was thinking you could possibly use this is for maybe a dungeon puzzle or something that's in a room. The player characters find a room with no doors, just smooth stone wall, until one of them maybe possibly starts detecting doors, or maybe you can have them detect magic, depending. It's probably random they would detect magic, but if they're in an empty room and nowhere to go, they're going to be trying all options. So, maybe you can say, I would think, now I'm just pondering here, that if there should have been a door there and someone did a vanish spell on the door, replacing it with stone, would it be replaced with the stone that matches the wall, 1? And if it does it leave some type of imprint on the wall where it should be? Can someone use a detect secret doors with this? Because it would be considered a secret door or a hidden door. But let's just say they get down to it and they detect magic. This will show that a door was possibly in a place, or at least somewhere. Why was this door taken out? They're going to wonder, and what's behind it. So then there's something they could focus on for the adventure, at least for that part right there. Now, will someone realize that the spell magic will actually work on this detect magic false fake stone, shouldn't say fake stone replace door? I don't know. It just gives you some type of things. A magic user's apprentice uses Vanish to sneak into a vault instead of blowing a hole in the wall. They vanish a small section, they climb in. The vault is empty, but only because the treasure was phased out into the ethereal plane. I like that. The party might need to track down the items across the plane or find ways to pull them back. So you can vanish the treasure into the ethereal plane until you need to get it later on. Let's see here. An old adventurer once used Vanish to store a powerful artifact inside of a cave, and then he died. The item still exists in the ethereal plane, sealed behind several feet of solid stone. Clues about it surface centuries later, but the party must find the exact location to figure out how to retrieve it. So there's lots of ways you can do this. Let's see. A paranoid archmage builds their tower with no visible doors. Perfect. All entrances are sealed with Vanish and keyed to themselves only. The doors are ethereal. The replacement stone is just decorative. The players might find a way in, but getting out is another problem entirely. So there are some ways that you can use this spell in your campaign for a magic user of higher level, an NPC. I'm not sure. Trying to think here now, would a player actually pick Vanish as one of their prepared spells at 7th level? Because at that point, they're going to be a high enough level that they don't have to really worry about too much. Because once the magic user gets higher enough in level, they become pretty badass themselves and not something you want to, tackle. They become equal footing on their own compared to a fighter when people are like, magic users are wimps and they basically are useless in the beginning. But once they get up in level, they become really equal footing with fighters and stuff like that. So just gonna flip to see something here. So for a 7th level spell, the character would need to be minimum of 14 to at least cast that spell once. Now, you're a 14th level character. Are you going to burn your 7th level spot for that spell for the day because you know you're going to use it? I don't know. It's a good question because that's not a spell that typically people are going to just look at and be like, hey, I'm going to use the Vanish spell today. Because they're probably not going to. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the Vanish spell and how you'd use it in your campaign. If you're a player, would you burn the slot for a Vanish spell that day? Preparing? I mean, I guess if you're going for a heist type mission type thing or use it as a way to escape, but how are you going to... I don't know. I'm just curious how people would think about this because me personally, if I had a 14th level magic user, I'm probably not looking at the Vanish spell to help me out. Though there are some other spells there on 7th level that probably be better, but maybe preparing Vanish compared to other spells here, reverse gravity, Mordecai's sword, monster summoning, mass invisibility, power word, stun. We got phase door, which is good too. Limited wish, so I duo dimension. There's a lot of good 7th level spells in here that are going to grab my attention well before I grab Vanish. And probably Dimension Door at that matter too, but different pot or sorry, Phase Door, excuse me, at that point. So I don't know. I'd have to be someone that plans ahead of time, which I don't as far as playing characters. I just kind of do things on the whim, whatever I feel like, but I don't know, folks. Would you actually use the Vanish spell? I don't know. Tell me in the comments below, or write me, ask the DM at theevildm.com if you have any suggestions. Patreon.com/theevildm, theevildm, if you'd like to support me. Otherwise, keep it original, keep it old school. Good night, and God bless everyone.